So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to yet another edition of Fortune Talks. So, today, on this day at 8 p.m., we are starting this live session, and we are very happy to bring in this topic, which is very, very interesting and which is relevant to all of us. And, irrespective of what stage of life we are in, whether we are beginners, whether we are already on course to doing something, or whether we achieve success, there are different resistances that we come across. And you know what the biggest resistance is? It's about action taking. Because we have got our reasons for not taking actions and very valid reasons at that. And we tend to give logical reasons for why you're not taking action. It could be as simple as there's a big event happening in my family, so I wait for that to happen, or maybe a promotion is expected, I'll wait for that to happen and then I start taking the action. And it might be in any area of our life, right? It could be personal life, it could be business, it could be in work, it could be in anything. So today we are talking about this topic of the first step towards any success, that is action taking. So today, Rajat and me are on this show. Let's see whether we are being joined by other people also. We'll have some other people joining us along the way. So I'll begin by asking this question to Rajat straight away. Okay, let me ask you this question, Rajat. So how can people overcome writing resistance? Because knowing that you are an author coach and you bring in a lot of value to people who are interested in writing and also who don't understand the value of writing. So this question is straight across to you. What can one do?
Thank you, Satish. Thanks for the question. And you're so right. You know that action taking is the very first step, and the leaders, whoever been into their journey, understand that this is the most important step and what they require to do. Many times we do procrastinate. We do have a lot of excuses. Our mind keep telling that hey, we can do it later, or maybe this is not my priority. What is required is action, and I think you, me, some of the fortune changers been taking quite a lot actions, because we are like guys who fire and then aim. So I think that fire of action is so critical and so much needed, something which we've been trying to tell in our fortune talks to all the people who have been listening, and the comments which we've been receiving from all and lots of people there. Wonderful, thanks, Satish. Coming back to your question, overcome resistance in writing. Well, if I tell you, Satish, that you can become an author in 2 days, I'm lying to you. If I tell you that you can become an author in 7 days, okay, 7 days, again, I'm lying to you. 85% of the people, as per the Google research, want to become an author. Only 0.2% people become authors. I will repeat the statistics. 85% of the people, as per the Google research, want to become authors. Only 0.2% people become authors. Why? With this statistics given, it is very clear and very evident that writing is not easy. If it could have been easy, a lot of people must have already done it. And let's accept first on this problem, that this is a problem. Now I'm coming to the solution that you've been asking in your question, that how to overcome the resistance in writing. Well, before coming to the solution, I wanted to give a background to you, that let's accept the problem that it is not easy. It takes time. There is a statistics out there. So that's what I thought of coming out before answering your question, because you asked actually a solution, that okay, what is the solution of a problem? So I just thought of reiterating that problem to all our audience here. So I think overcoming resistance in writing, what required is to know a person. What requires is that I need to know you. I need to know your priorities. I need to know your goals. I need to know your values. I need to know, is this really your priority, or is it just like some sort of a instant gratification or some sort of a thought that come to you and you just started thinking of doing it. So what is required is not a skill set. What is required is a mindset. It's not a game of a competency. Before a competency, it's a game of a commitment. Before a skill, it's a game of a will. Before a,
Wow.
yeah, that is what is important. So I think that is what is required, and for that reason only, I was referring it to you that it's all a game of a mindset. and 80% is something what I call it as a mindset, and 20% maybe coaching. So those people who may be telling you, who are other author coaches, that I can make you author in 2 days or 7 days and all, what they're trying to do is they're working on your some skill set activities. But frankly, you don't require a skill set right now. You need a mindset first. You need a will first. You need a commitment
Yeah.
first. Then you can talk about competency, skills, but that is the other way around what has been happening. So overcoming resistance, you need to work on your mindset. You require an author coach, you require a friend, you require an accountability partner. You need to understand and work on yourself. When I work with my students, I work with them for continuous 6, 7, 8 classes, if it takes more, also on mindset. Very late I do give some sort of a structures, and so structures also I say that okay, if it makes sense to you, fine. Otherwise, in that whole process of that mindset activity, the things started coming flowing, and you don't require some structures also, because that's just a 10 to 20% of it.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to refer here is that
Yeah.
overcoming resistance in writing is, first you need to work on yourself. First you need to work on your
Yeah.
mindset. Forget about I will get some sort of a silver bullet, I will get some sort of a template and I'll start writing and one day I'll become an author immediately. That all things will never happen. So that is the sweet and short answer I can give it to you of overcoming resistance in writing. There are multiple
Wow.
elements that may come out later, Satish, like
Yeah.
once you get to know about the people, once you need to get to know about understanding the other person, then you find out that okay, what sort of a fears that they may be going through, what sort of a
Yeah.
uh, activities going on in their mind, because many times people say I'm not good enough, am I really worthy enough to write, uh, and what topic do I need to write.
Yeah.
I think we have so many things which are running. We are the superhumans. We have family, friends, businesses, jobs, multiple things. What do I really need to write? As I am 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10% of everything. So I think there are many more questions which are supposed to be answered before these primary questions. But these primary questions itself are not getting answered. And because of which, the rest of the questions are losing their significance anyway. You're getting what I'm trying to share here, right, Satish? So, what is important is mindset. That's what's
Mindset.
required for the skill set, I would answer.
Great. It's a very powerful statement that you made, because unless you understand your mindset, every skill set that you're learning will not lead you towards any skill set that you're learning will not lead you towards action taking. It has to begin with your mind, and then the belief, and then the second thing, all related to mind, belief, your mind, your why, all of that is to do with your mind only. Starts with your mind. Absolutely right. Great. So we have Vivek here joining us. Welcome, Vivek.
Hey,
Good.
Vivek.
Hi guys. Very good evening. How are you?
All good, all good. So I have
Awesome,
got one more
awesome.
question to Rajat, then I'll jump straight to Vivek. Okay. So Rajat, what do you think are the fears for first-time authors, people who are getting into understanding the importance of writing and becoming an author? That's for sure. And after that, what would the fear will be there in their minds, which will stop them from taking the actions in the first step?
I think partly I have already given the answer to you, but still
Yeah.
I would further say that first time authors do require help. They need
Right.
hand holding.
Especially
And it's
first time.
important. Yeah, it's important for you to take a coach, take a help, and ask for help. Many times we tend to have some sort of a feeling like, okay, I can do it myself. I don't require anyone. I don't need this. I don't need that. Everybody needs help, I tell you. I mean, I was watching a documentary yesterday of Inside Brain of Bill Gates, where he was facing some problem, right? While the code that he wanted to deploy for the school, and he felt that he requires help, and he immediately went to his friend Paul Allen. He said, "I need your help." I think everybody from Bill Gates to Elon Musk to Steve Jobs to all these big guys, everybody requires help. I mean, if you watch this documentary on Netflix, you will find 3 or 4 incidents, and still now, the work he's been doing on polio or on nuclear energy or on toilet cleaning, sanitations, everywhere he's been asking for help from people.
Yeah.
So I think what is required is for especially first time authors. I'm not talking you being a Bill Gates or the honcho promo big guy as such. You're a first time author. Get a help from people. Go for it, try for it. If it doesn't work out, go for another one. But you really require a coach who can guide you, who can help you, who can work on your mindset, who can tell you that, okay, this is what I think you should be doing. What do you think? Because there are many times, our mind also tricking ourselves. Mind doesn't want you to bring some questions which your coach may ask that questions. And then there is no place that you can run. So what is required is understanding mindset, understanding what sort of a fears that you have, uh, what sort of activities you're currently working upon, cleaning all that pieces, and then coming into this very noble thing of writing. You require a hand holding, is what I would say, Satish. There are multiple fears people have. I think we have talked about it. People say, I don't have time. Well, I'm telling you, can't you spend 15 minutes in a day, 30 minutes in a day? And then and I actually tell you it's difficult, 30 minutes in a day. And when I work with my students, I try to get their whole routine, of 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Okay, what do you do? Where is your half an hour going? We talk about sprints, where is it this? Do you really see? And when they note it down, when they start measuring their day, they themselves come out and say that, you know what, I think I'm wasting my time over here. I can remove it anyway. And then they are able to take out the time themselves. So it's a whole process, it's an exercise with which you will be able to take out the time for yourself for this sort of a fear that you may have of not being able to write. Then there could be money aspect. I don't have so much of money to publish a book. Who is going to read my book? Well, to answer your question today, you can do Kindle immediately. Kindle is free. You can put that book in 24 hours. You will be published author. Later, whenever you have time, you can become an author by putting a paperback or a hard binding. Who is stopping you to do that? And then another question, as I was referring, that who is going to read my book? There are always people to read your book. I mean, there is so much of market available everywhere. Whole country, whole world has been looking at India because of the population. If you have something good to share, if you are, as I always keep an analogy of, if you are a 10th class student, 7th class, 8th class, 9th class syllabus. You can always teach 7th class, 8th class, 9th class kids. They would always learn. They would always like it. They will see you as a hero. So the audience is always there. So forget about who is going to read my book. So
Rajat, if you don't mind, I have to interrupt you, Rajat. This evening, I was at the airport, waiting for my wife and kids to pick them up, and I was doing a read. Okay, and as you rightly mentioned, the audiences that we think are limited is actually unlimited. Okay. And when you mentioned especially the 8th standard, 9th standard, 10th standard kids and perhaps college kids, right? They are the future. They are the ones who need to read from what you know. Okay. And incidentally, what's going to happen in 2030? The landscape of the world. That's what I was reading. Okay. And one of the key things what everyone in the world will be looking for is structured knowledge. Can there be a better place than a book to have a structured knowledge?
Absolutely. I tell you, I can't.
Let's ask our audience what they think. Let's ask our audience what they think. What are the other ways of structured knowledge apart from a book that they can think that they can actually provide? Good one, Rajat.
From the audience, type it in your comments. What do you think is book all about? I think book is the wisdom. Book is the God. Book is everything. Book has all the structured information. It's like a real Saraswati there, which we do have. And everything is there. I was again giving a reference to the documentary which I did see, right? Vivek of the Bill Gates Inside the Brainer. He read 15 to 20 books in a week.
Wow.
It's a thinking week which he takes. He just go out with 20 books in his bag. And the kind of books he's been reading is like something which you and me may not able to resonate. I think that sort of a books people have already written. of nuclear energy, of toilet sanitations, of algorithms, of many other things. It's all there in a book. I think you're so rightly saying, that it's so important. Book is something, a gift which has been given to all of us. And more than the reading, I also tell people to write, because everyone has a message, everyone has a story to share. And I strongly feel, before you leave this planet, you need to share your message. You need to write your story.
That was a powerful one, no?
Yeah, because last 350 years, if I see India as a country also, which was a golden bird, it has been taken away by a lot of intruders coming, or the foreigners coming. They burnt our heritage. The Nalanda, the libraries and all, they were all burnt. I think because most of the knowledge which we had was been taken away. I think now we've been flourishing, and it's everyone's responsibility. You, me, Satish, all of the people who've been listening, to share their message for the legacy that you can leave it to the future generations. It's our responsibility, is what I feel. So yeah, can't I'm very passionate about this topic, so I can keep going on and on, Satish, and I'll give the baton back to you in interest of time.
Satish, you there?
Great input. No,
Hey, Satish.
So thanks for the wonderful inputs, Rajat. And that thing that you said about everyone has a message, and there is someone waiting out there for that message, and that right message through the right person is what can transform that other person's life. It's huge.
It's huge, yeah.
Yeah. So what about Vivek? What tips do you have for people? Just two top money tips that you can give to people. What actions can they take in this year, 2021?
Thanks for yeah. I can. Satish, thanks a lot. For asking that question. Okay, so maybe the top two actions, money actions that people have to take in 2021, right? I can hear you, Satish. Rajat, can you hear me?
Yes.
Folks, the ones who are listening, can you hear? Just type in yes in the comment box if you're able to hear me. Okay, so top two actions, money actions that people have to take in 2021.
Vivek, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I think.
I think Satish is. Yeah. No problem. Okay, Rajat, I will go ahead. Talking about the top two money actions one has to take in 2021. Okay, number one is money ledge yourself. Money ledge yourself is number one action. Fill yourself with right money knowledge. Okay, understand exactly where you stand financially today. Okay, not just your assets, not just your liabilities, not just your savings, but there's so much more depth to this entire financial standing, your own financial standing, than what it meets the eye. Okay, so first of all, you need to fill yourself with lots of knowledge about money. Okay, how can you do this? Reading books, of course. Tons and tons of books are there about money. I can perhaps go on with list of books for that, but I'm not going to do that. What I've done is I have compiled all this knowledge together and actually made a ready-made file for anyone to know their current financial standing. And that's exactly what you're going to do, is that you can actually get my free financial fitness tool here. Okay, any one of you who are watching this video can immediately click on this link and go ahead and get your financial fitness tool at askvivekji.com. Okay, that is number one action. Number second money action. Okay, be prepared for 2030. We're already in 2021, 9 years hence. Be prepared for that today. How we can do that? What is it? Okay, you have to build your own financial insurance, my friend. Not general insurance, not life insurance. You got to build your own financial insurance. What is it? Yes, you heard it right. Financial insurance is nothing but earning money passively via marketing. Marketing what? Marketing yourself, marketing your knowledge, marketing what you know, marketing what you learn, marketing what you do. Market. Okay, spread the knowledge that way so that you financially insure yourself. Okay, because marketing and finance they're already married. Honeymoon is inevitable. Might as well enjoy the honeymoon. Yeah. Okay. So the total money landscape is actually changing. Okay. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoins using blockchain methods, okay, will take over. Banks, the ones that we see today, will become invisible, and the banks that we don't know, they're called the invisible banks, will start springing up. Okay. So everything will be transacted online. Everything will be online. Everyone is online. Things have already changed. Okay. The world and your customers are online, and they're staying there waiting for you. Okay. Now, if there is just one thing you must learn, it is how to market to them in their world. Okay. That requires you to be able to market and actually sell. Okay. One to many, that is, one is you and to many is them. Okay. At the same time, if you have struggled through 2020, you may have even attempted marketing online. However, what worked a few months ago actually has already died. That's how quick the world is changing, especially if you want to be, financially insuring yourself online. Okay. Those who learn these new skills will generate tons of leads to make more money in a fraction of the time. Your ability to present to groups and your flexibility based upon their needs will be the difference between you making great income and struggling to keep up. The best financial insurance you can have in 2021 is to learn these special skills that have helped the most successful entrepreneurs take their message and products to the world. This ability will actually put you in square in front of your target audience. This is how you keep prepared for 2030 and beyond. Again, just to wrap up, summarize, two money actions. Number one is money-led yourself. Build in a lot of knowledge about money. Get yourself, know your financial status. You can access my tool. I put in the comment below. Access the tool for free and access your money status. Second number two, is that be prepared for 2030 by financially insuring yourself by using the concept of money and marketing, marrying these two together. I hope that helps you, Satish, and all my dear readers today. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, I think I'll give my 2 cents here, Vivek. So resonant to what you have been mentioning, right? I think marketing and money are like a complementary. It's like if you don't do marketing, you will not get money. If there is a clock, and if you take out the battery cells of a clock, the needles will not move, right? So that's how you're required to do the marketing as well to get to do the sales.
Right.
I think so much required actually.
Yeah.
And yesterday I was hearing. Yeah, yesterday I was also hearing one of the big leader, Nick Vujicic, right? I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. This Australian person who's been a motivator, Nick. The legs and the hands, right? So he was mentioning that there are 5 F which are required in life. 5 Fs. Okay. One is fitness. Second is friends. Third is family. Fourth is faith. And fifth is none other but finance. So,
awesome,
I can what you've been referring, that it's so required that all 5 are needed, and that creates a magic. Very nice to hear your thoughts. I'll definitely go and do my financial score fitness there as well, Vivek, which you've been referring.
Please do. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Rajat. Satish, did you have any other question for me?
Satish is saying some power cuts and all in his house. Some issues, something popping and as such. So Satish, are you able to hear us?
Great. So Vivek, I got one more question. So, what are there any help groups that are there available? Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Yes. We can hear you, Satish. You asked if there are any help. Yes.
Is my audio clear to you or not?
Loud and clear. What are comments?
clear, right?
What are our audience? Are you able to hear Satish?
Okay.
Go ahead and put in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Help groups. Sure.
I think I can
Okay.
ask. Maybe I
Go
can
ahead.
ask something which is I was thinking as well, Vivek. Till the time we get Satish come back online. So, what do you think, Vivek? That if finance is so important, why people do not give so much of value or importance at times, or there is a lack of awareness, right? And people don't even know that what is their assets, liabilities, what is asset, what is liability, what all payments that they've been doing of credit cards and all. Is it a lack of awareness which has been there all along, or is it a marketing propagandas which some organizations, companies have done, that people are only hearing what they've been told to hear? So what do you think is the lack of awareness reason, knowing it has been so important, and for some set of people this is like a bread and butter and it really requires to get hold of this finance, but for some set of people, which is largely more than 80-90%, do not even have the awareness about it? So how would you answer that, Vivek?
You know what? The truth is, it's actually a mix of everything. Okay. First of all, there's a lot of confusion in people's minds about finances, and our education system today gives a lot of knowledge about finance. Okay, but they don't really give the skill sets on how to use that knowledge to make it work for them. I'll give you a simple example. When someone who starts off working at the age of, let's say, 21 or 22, first time salary, and the only thing that he knows when he earns the first month, first paycheck, is what his parents have told him or what he has learned from people around him when he was growing up. Okay. And those people, did they have the full knowledge? Maybe, maybe not. But 88% to 90% didn't have the real correct knowledge. They knew, okay, you know what? You earn, you got to save. Yes. But how much to save? How much to save for what? No. It's like you have to save. Okay.
Correct.
But, and now, especially I was reading KPMG's latest report, okay, on how millennials are thinking. Okay, the next gen guys are thinking when it comes to money. They don't want to buy a house. They don't even get married. They don't want to have children. Okay, they don't want to even think of having any financial commitments. And it's so well said in that entire article that the entire thing will reverse out again. They said now they don't want, but as age grows, they will come back to the basic necessities of life. You can cheat yourself, but you cannot cheat the laws of nature. The very reason of our existence is community, right? And that requires a house, that requires family, that requires children, right? When they come to that, they have a shocking experience because they don't know how to manage money at that time. So it's important that they learn now. One, as to rightly answer your question, Rajat, I think it's a lack of awareness and the unwillingness to move to knowing what needs to be done. For example, I'll give you a simple example. I have worked with a lot of clients. There was this one gentleman, and he's working for a very well-known, reputed bank, investment bank. Okay, and I've known him since almost good 10, 12 years. And every time I speak to him about anything about financial and all, he kind of evades topic. I asked him one day, hey, why? I'm actually earning salary. I'm happy with that. I have a car, I have a house, I have loan, and that will go on for next 20, 30 years. It's okay. I'm happy with that. I don't want to know anything more. Right? So when people's mindset is like this, that they don't want to know anything more, there are other top 4% or 5% people who wants to know more, who wants to learn, who wants to do things, and they're doing it. Simple. As simple as that.
So true, Vivek. I think what you mentioned is very right, because when you were talking of people not knowing how much to save, right? There are times when we have seen that people mostly leave 80% of their wealth here only when they leave this planet, right? So like, what many a times they don't have kids also, or sometimes kids and people do not even know where they have really invested, where is all
Oh
that
my.
money going, and all that. Some servants may be knowing, or they also may not be knowing. So what
Yeah.
all the work what they have done, I think 80%, 85% they just leave it out here. And second thing
Yeah.
also, which you referred, like, we people do not want to share what is money that we have, what sort of a portfolio that we have, because we may feel that other person may take an advantage of it, or we don't want someone who can help us. We don't want to go to a money coach. I think it's so important to go to the coach, like, understanding the portfolio. As you rightly said, that in the young age of millennials, they may not be seeing that what may happen 20 years later basis the history what we have seen it. So it's important for them to go and get the coach around that major aspect. I think you answered my question, that few set of people who are so good here is that because they have a coach. And
Yeah.
that a lot of people, 85-90%, don't know anything because they don't have coach. They're evading this topic. They don't want to talk about it.
You know, Rajat, I would like to, if with your permission, can I take another 2-3 minutes of time? I
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to have a
please.
I have a
Absolutely.
beautiful story to
Sure.
tell. Okay, the story
Yeah.
about a chartered accountant, Radha. Okay, she was a CA, but she got married and she got into a cocoon. Very happy husband earning, and they had a 6-year-old kid. When she was 38, she actually lost her husband. Husband just died, and she didn't know anything. Okay, she didn't know where his bank accounts were. She didn't know what were the bank account numbers. She didn't know the pin code to unlock the mobile of her husband. Even if she has to transfer funds from her husband account to her account, pin code is not there. How will she get the OTP? She didn't know the password to husband's email. See, what I'm talking about is financial literacy in terms of all these things are very important. For example, this is what I'm sharing. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's why I call it as a financial life continuity plan. Okay. When I actually took this entire session through for a batch of women, mothers, they were shell shocked. They're like, we didn't even think, forget knowing, they didn't even think that they can do these. Okay, and they're so happy with this. People are coming back to me that they've worked out these things with their husband. It's a simple file which talks about every detail of what the husband does, every detail about what the wife does financially. Okay, business details, salary details, email details. Okay, then bank account details, right? Investment details, where all the money is kept for what. Okay, what's the tenure, where the mutual funds are kept. Okay, jewelry, gold, everything recorded, including what are the insurances that people hold, because at the time of emergency people wouldn't know where to go run around. Okay, if this file is updated, they have to just come and see here. Everything is there, including the tax details, including the auditor number, including the lawyer's number, loan details, credit cards, etc., etc., etc. This is the power of what we call as being prepared financially and otherwise also. So much. So what I'm just trying to prove here is that there's so much of knowledge, beautiful intelligence available. It's just that it's not reaching out to the people. That's why I think it's mine and us Fortune Changers' job to share this good knowledge to everyone. I believe that.
Absolutely. This is so wonderful. I think everybody required to have the file which you are showing it, Vivek, and they should not even just share it with their spouse, but also to their parents or in-laws, because many times you never know. Sometimes accidents happen where your spouse also gone and kid is not there. At least
Correct.
people should have that sort of a file access, not just into their spouse, but to some of the extended family members as well. And I think everybody should have
Definitely.
that file which you are referring at, Vivek. And I think that will give a lot of confidence and help to people. I'm sure some people may be doing it, most of the people may not be doing it, and they may not even be thinking about it, I feel, and because you're so right, we are so much into comfort zone. We've been making a salary, spouse has been there, and suddenly some incidents like COVID happen and you lose your job, and you've been sitting in a house for a year, and now you're thinking, okay, how do I need to pay my bills? You really need to do some sort of a planning, and that is what it requires, to think little ahead. Next 5 years down the line, next 10 years down the line, what if this sort of an incident happen? What if I meet with an accident? What will happen next? I mean, my boss used to tell me, that mostly in my organization as a succession planning, that tomorrow if my boss met with an accident, then how would the business run?
Yes.
Same thing I'm asking, that how would the home run? If
business continuity plan, right? BCP. This is LCP, life continuity plan.
Absolutely. And I don't understand that many times, Vivek, people actually create this for organizations, but not for their home. It's a irony, man.
I know what. Let's pray that things change. Let's do our best to help the community here. That's all I can say.
True.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very true. Very true.
Hey, I have some questions to you, Satish. So today's session is all about actions taking, right? All actions, right? So basically it said, right, the first step towards any results is action. And they also say the difference between dream and reality again is also action. Reality minus dream is because action is taken. Okay, that's a space. So in this space of network marketing, Satish, when someone is, let's say, if I want to become also a network marketer along with what I'm doing today, right? But I don't have much knowledge about it. So what is more important in your opinion? Should I learn all the basics, or I have to just simply get into actions, taking actions?
Oh, okay.
Difficult one. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
I knew. If it's question is coming from you, it will be a little tricky for sure. So let me think. Very nice question. Thanks, Vivek, for that question. I hope my voice is clear.
Yes, loud and clear.
So yeah, that's a very good question, because when people from diverse backgrounds, diverse experiences, diverse age groups join network marketing, and particularly people who are experienced, who have done very well for themselves in their careers, either in corporate or in business, when they enter the network marketing field, I try to tell them upfront that you need to clear off all the baggages and you need to learn. You need to relearn the stuff. Relearn in the sense, you need to learn things that are relevant to network marketing. Although all the basic principles of marketing, of business is all even relevant here, it's the same thing. But first, you need to understand what are the successful network marketers doing for your company, for other companies in the network marketing industry. And today, like Rajat keeps talking about coaches. There are so many great coaches in India. There are coaches across the world who are ready to share their knowledge in very, very easy to consume videos or audios or books. Okay, and there are also courses available. So it's very important for people to understand that and learn that from them. That's number one. But number two is also about action taking, because if someone who is not experienced, who is actually new to the industry, and who is thinking that I am new, so this is what people are telling, that when it's to learn, and then that learning process is important, so I'll take X amount of time to learn and then I'll take action. That also is actually wrong. It's actually more wrong than the first thing, because the first way, where the person thinks he is knowledgeable or she is knowledgeable, and they take action and they don't bother about learning, at least in a few weeks time, in a few months time, they will realize the mistake that they're making. Okay, somewhere it hit them. Whereas in the second case, where person is saying that I will focus only on learning and then I'll take action, maybe the action that they take also might not yield them any results. So it's very, very important for them to take action simultaneously. So whatever you do, whether when you're a newbie or whether you're an experienced person from some other industry, it's important that you learn everything, number one, and you keep on implementing. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be as shabby as it gets, it can be as shabby as it gets. But you have to take action, because the real magic is happening when you're taking actions. So both are important.
As shabby as it gets. I like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Very nice.
I
Very
think
nice.
it will be shabby. If you're starting, it will be shabby. Let's accept that. And I think why do we require to have everything?
Or rather, Rajat, rather, if it's not shabby, then you're not doing a good job.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's something.
Or it will be a fluke where you think that it's working for you and you're doing great, and suddenly it'll dawn upon you that, my goodness, suddenly everything is crumbled. Why is it crumbled? I don't know, because I've not built the basics, I've not built the foundation strong.
Yeah.
So true. Maybe you're talking to the wrong audience if it is not shabby.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to change your audience and the people who you've been talking to. So I think it is so required to take an action. Very nice thought, Satish, on taking action. That's what's required.
Absolutely.
Now you mentioned that irrespective of all these things, there are help is available for people. They can come and listen to coaches. They can listen to the audios, videos. They can read books, right? And it's okay for them to take shabby actions, right?
Yeah.
But in spite of all that, what is the main deterrent for people that is actually stopping them, or that stops them from taking action, especially in the space of network marketing?
Good. So I would say, people actually, the fundamental thing I will tell from my experience, okay, because I'll not talk theory, I'll talk from my own experience, because I am a first time to network marketing. I've been in other industries, I've been in corporate, I've been in a business of my own, in franchisee business. I had my own franchisee company where I used to franchise out the business. So as a network marketer, especially as a first time network marketer, or people who are struggling in this industry, for them, I would say the first deterrent would be not knowing what actions to take.
Knowing what actions to take. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they all know, everyone knows, and every smart person knows that you need to take action. But when you wake up in the morning, what do I do? What do I do first? What do I need to do to ensure that I go and talk to people? What do I talk? How do I talk? All of that. So that could be one of the deterrents. Okay, so that could be to do with the knowledge. So for that, what you can do is you can actually read the books, of course, but then the simplest way is to follow the person who's introduced you to this to the business. You can follow them and you can see what they're doing. Now, sometimes you might think that the person that who's they call it recruiting you, or they call it who's introduced you, might not be as good as you want them to be. So it might be difficult for you to copy them. It might feel that I think they themselves don't know what they're doing. Okay, so there is always a good thing here in this network marketing field, is that there is someone above them, or there's someone above them. You can always look around and find out who are the successful people, and you can try, and you can also talk to them. Of course, you can always engage with them, talk to them. They will encourage that, because they also have got an interest in you succeeding. Okay, so they will definitely share it with you, share their knowledge with you. So that is one. Second thing is that even if they're successful, sometimes you need to be a little watchful, because their style, your personality, the way you want to approach might differ there also. Okay, so you might want to be a little careful, be a little watchful about whom you're asking, what you're asking, and then do your own evaluation. But the simple truth is that knowledge is available everywhere at a very, very close distance to you, whether through webinar or through seminars. The team that you're working with will also help you for sure, because it's in their interest that they teach you, they share the knowledge with you, because when you grow, they grow, and when they grow, you grow. So it's mutual. So it's important for people to understand what actions to take, learn from the leaders, and immediately take those actions without worrying about the results. And the second part, which I tell people, is that there are only few skills to be learned in network marketing. And the best thing is, in the initial stage of your network marketing business, you might need to use only 2 or 3 skills, maybe only 2 skills. Because if you try to use all the skills and try to experiment with all the skills, it might not be worthwhile for you. So you need to only do 2 skills. First is you need to learn to present the opportunity to people in an interesting manner, number one. And number 2, you need to lead those people to the webinars or to the seminars that is happening, done by your leaders. And then after those 2 steps you are mastered, then you can look at other steps. So I've gone into actual depths of what one needs to do. Okay, so these 2 steps they need to first understand and master it. That is, introduce in an interesting manner the opportunity, and second is lead them to either the webinar or the seminars that the leaders are doing already. Okay, and why I'm saying interesting is because my belief in this industry is huge, and I know that if you get the right kind of people, right kind of people in the sense, people with the right mindset, right intent, I would say, because if people come with the intent like, I want to make money, I want to make quick money, and I want to retire in next 2 years, all those things are not going to happen. Like we all tell to people, right? It's not going to happen. Okay. If it happens, it might happen 1 in a million. It's a fluke. If you see in the Facebook that someone is saying, I've done this in 2 days, in 2 months, in 3 months, I've got a car, I've got a house in this money, it's all bullshit. Okay. If you want to do that, follow them and you'll know that the reality is not that. Okay. It takes real hard work. Okay. So do that, learn the skills, follow the right leaders, and take action, take consistent action. As long as the intent is clear, there's a burning desire in you to do well, and there's a burning desire to serve people, to help people, and automatically things will fall in place. But action taking is the most important. But that intent is very, very important.
Amazing.
So well said. So well said, Satish.
Thank you.
So, Rajat, an impromptu, thought process here. Okay. See, to be very honest, am I really consistent in taking actions all the time? Not at all. There are times where, I need to kick myself out of the bed. The comfort is there. Mornings are so cold and cozy, right? And so still I'm unable to, take the action that is really required. Okay. And I have always thought like, hey, how can we have these, self-help groups, that is actually, available to ensure one really takes actions. Right? People call it as accountability, responsibility, whatever it is. Boss, what's up, chodo? You have to take action. Be part of a group who will kick you in the right space at the wrong time to get for you to take actions. Yeah. So, see from that perspective, I think if any of our viewers are wondering where are these self-help groups, you know what? You're actually listening to them already. You're talking to us. We Fortune Changers. We're also one sort of group of people who likes to stay connected and help each other out in taking actions. When we are doing it, if you want us to help you to take actions, if you want us to help you to master your skills in writing, if you want us to help you master your skills in networking, finance, marketing, online business, podcasting, you can name it, right? We are here, right? So me, for example, maybe after this, Rajat and Satish can speak about it. Me, Vivji, for example, I run a program to ensure financial fitness is assessed perfectly, right? I have a tool, it's just not made out of that. It's over 20 years of hard work, and from gaining experience of actually working with over 1,200 people, I've come up with this tool, right? So that is one help tool that is available, right? For the perhaps if someone wants to insure financial insurance for yourself, I do coaching as well on that, right? You can join me at 5 a.m. at my 5 a.m. clubs, to take this type of help and help you to put things in order for yourself before taking actions, right? And again, you should be connecting with me only if you're really, 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 really serious about being future-proof for you and your family.
Awesome.
So. From that perspective, what are the things that you can offer, Rajat, to people who wants our help to take actions, especially when it comes to writing?
Absolutely. Thanks, Vivek, for asking this. As you have heard me, I'm very passionate about people to write and share their message. It's something which I really feel, because I did write my story. I'm an author. I gave my book to multiple people. It actually changed my life to all different level. I've been writing again another book. I think it's a spiritual process. And I feel it's required. It's required today, especially today's environment, because as I'm calling, it's a therapy. You're putting down all your thoughts inside there. I can't tell you that how good benefits that you're gonna get from one piece of book. It's gonna make you, stand you completely different altogether. And I think what do I offer to my students is I give a plan to them. I tell them the strategy to them. that these are the 7, 8, 10 steps that you need to go through. I show the outcome to them, that what will happen if you will be able to do it. What will happen if you will not be able to do it. What is required is that whenever a newborn kid is born, or maybe when it's a school going, you don't give the books to that kid, right? That okay, read, take action, take action. You take them to school, right? You're required to go into school. Any new thing which you are doing, any new thing, it could be writing a book, it could be understanding about the finances, it could be joining network marketing industry. You require help. I required help. I had an author coach. Vivek required help. He had his author, he had his money coach. Everybody needs a school. So this school will help you to take one step, second step, third step, fourth step, tell you the outcome, give you the stick also at times, tell you if you don't do it, then it will affect you. So that all is required. So I can't tell you that if you still feel that, okay, no, I can do it myself. If that is the case, you could have done it already yourself. And many times people sometimes do it also by fluke, and that's a very shabby, very the thing which comes out which they themselves are embarrassed to share or show.
Dangerous success. That's called dangerous success.
Absolutely. Please learn from people who have already fallen, who have already experienced 20 years in the industry, who are here for next 20 years further on a same topic. Either it's a money of Vivji, me of author coaching, or Satish of network marketing. So if you resonate to what I've been saying, that reach out to me. Let's have a 101. And I don't do group coaching. I do 101. As I was referring it to you, 80% is a mindset, 20%. I need to work on you. I need to know your priorities, your goals, the things which are running around you. I need to work on yourself. It's a new you that will come out inside from inside. And then this is just a process of writing. It will automatically happen. It's a skill set is 10 to 20% only. So that's what I do like to offer here with G.
Oh, I'm asking this question to our viewers. Do you realize the power of what Rajat just said? He doesn't do group coaching. He does one-on-one coaching. Can there be a better help for you to take actions? Amazing. Thanks a lot, Rajat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Over to you. What are the kind of things that you actually have, to help people to take actions? Like by the way, I don't know how many of you know, Satish is now gotten into, I think, boxing or full physical fitness. He's taking actions. I know that.
Yeah. So for this year, my focus is actually, since I'm in the wellness space also, so focus is also to build my physical capabilities and have a personal trainer. So I fully resonate with both of you say that we need to have personal coaches. And nothing better than having one-on-one coaching from people like Rajat. I got another coach for my physical fitness. He's an amazing fitness guy. His name is Ravi. I have for my finances, I've got Vivek, one-on-one coaching with Vivek. For trading, I've got Shankar. For podcasting, I've got Chetna. For overall health, about creating health for the family without resorting to medications, I've got Prema. So each one of us are actually taking coaching from the others to ensure that we have become fit both financially, mentally, physically, money-wise, wealth-wise, and also to become an author. In fact, today morning I had a session with Rajat, one-on-one. So the important thing to note is that when you're having one-on-one session, we are getting the collective experience of the gentleman, which is there over the years, which has accumulated knowledge, which has been tried, tested, worked for him, and that is being condensed and given to us in 45 minutes or 1 hour formats. That is invaluable. Where else will you get the opportunity to sit to write down a book and have a coach who will talk to you, mentor to you, maybe in a different frequency, once a week maybe, or once in 15 days maybe, but at least understand where you are getting stuck, how to come out of that, and what are the steps. And other important thing that Rajat said was about mindset. He really works on the mindset. He helps me to understand what are the things that could stop me. He says you're doing good progress, but please be aware that if you are saying this or if you're thinking like this, then the next step could be this. So just be aware of that. So today morning he made a beautiful statement. I'll not talk about that openly now, but it's very, very interesting how we opened my mind to that thought. That don't look at this from today's perspective. Look at it from the tomorrow's perspective, from the futuristic perspective also, because you're an author now. Okay, so that mindset thing is very important, and that one-to-one coaching is very, 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 very important for all of us. Yeah.
Amazing.
So coming back to, in my case, I have actually my webinars, I have my seminars where I talk to people about the opportunity in the network marketing industry, specifically to the companies that I work with. I also mentor people about how to look at it in terms of perspective, in terms of expectations from that, in terms of where they can see their results going, in what time frame. And I also help them to present the credentials of the business in their own way. I do that. So I do this coaching, and I work closely, especially with my team members who are already working with me on the project that I have in hand. And so it's the important thing to note here is this, I read somewhere very early that especially in network marketing, you have to learn to be a servant coach. And we all know what we also conduct in our businesses is that we try to add value, more value than what we charge people.
Yeah.
And if you are doing that, as long as you're adding value, in fact, one of my mentors, mentioned this very, very powerfully. He said in his visiting card in the back, he mentions that if I'm not adding value to you, then your money doesn't have any value for me. So you go with the mindset that if you are not serving your customers, or if you're not able to take your team members and help them grow, then their money has no value for you.
Wow.
And that's the mindset. That servant mindset, servant leader mindset is very, very important, especially in network marketing. It should be like, not just what's in it for me, it should be what's in it for them. It should be always that. And I'm very clear that everyone's journey is different. Someone might take few weeks, someone might not few weeks, it will not happen few weeks, someone might take few months, someone might take few years. But in a matter of 3 to 5 years time span, if someone is focused in this business and they are among the right set of people, they are bound to do very, very well.
Amazing, yeah. Very well said. Very well said. Good.
Wonderful.
What a 1 hour amazing, powerful discussion on actions. So, how many of you are pumped up to take actions in your own life? Just put in the comment box me. Okay, me. And feel free to reach out to us. Stay tuned. Come next Sunday, every Sunday, 8 p.m. IST. Keep listening to different topics that we have. Just follow us for you to change your own fortunes. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Boom.
Bye.